A pleasure to meet y'all at last. And so, I'm sorry if there's actually going to be a somewhat crappier quality on this vlog right here. And I am also going to apologize if there's no real editing applied to this, but not to mention the fact that there's probably going to be less amount of volume on there, so you might have to turn up your volume in order to hear me correctly. But I've unfortunately got some pretty bad news by now. Because at some point on Twitter, I had made a tweet that talked about how my editing software, Magix Movie Edit Pro 2016, had just come down to a standstill. It's no longer operational due to some installation error that just explained to me how the installation files had somehow been damaged. I feel like that the main point to this was because at one point I emptied out the recycling bin, and that must have caused an instant shift within the system right there. So in this case, installation files end up damaged, thus not allowing me to boot up the software, so this way I can work on any of my content. Because that's just how it happens to be right now. So, whatever the possibility may be of me having to go right on ahead to create any kind of content of mine that I got, it's going to be a while before I can really adjust to this new problem of mine here. Fact is, at one point I actually did discuss how I was one day going to upgrade my editing software, and I feel like that time might just be now, to where I would have to go ahead and spend about $70 or $80 just on a new piece of software, whereas the 2016 version of Magix Movie Edit Pro I ended up getting for about half that price. It was on discount, so I mean that's sort of just, it's awful really. It just badly sucks, but of course, I will try to do my best to get back to everybody around here, and I will also try to do whatever it takes from this point on, just to see how well I can actually keep up with all my other content. But likewise, I have actually spent some time going ahead and creating as much other content as I can, recording some more footage for Gaming with Kaiju Force Neo, and of course, setting up filming for any Hot Wheels Hilarity episodes of mine that I'm going to be uploading within the next couple of weeks. But up until that time happens where I actually have myself a new piece of software that's fully functional and operational, it's going to be a little while before anything happens. In which case, there's a slight chance that I might have to end up pushing stuff forward, just so this way I won't end up having to go ahead and scramble everything together. And I don't know how much this might also affect my time for other future projects of mine that I'll have in the next several months or so, but whatever happens here, I'm hoping that just nothing horrible can go wrong. But consider the fact that now I'm no longer able to create any other vlogs or other videos of mine. The only way I'm able to do so is now from my phone. So the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge I've already talked about has had some audio problems where it gets pretty jarring at some points, but I'm sure anyone out there could probably deal with this. But once again, because my editing software is no longer available to me because of this problem here with installation files becoming damaged, thus not allowing me to even use the software for a second, you're just probably going to have to turn up the volume and, I don't know, probably get used to the quality of the video itself. There's a good chance though it might have up to 720p, but nonetheless I just would want it to have it back to 1080p, just like how it was before. But I can't really tell for sure. Magix Movie Edit Pro 2019 would be a pretty good upgrade, but I just can't really tell for sure if it's going to work or not, because installation files on my laptop just happen to be sitting there like nothing at all is happening, and I can't even delete them just to reboot the software completely. So supposedly it could take a while for me to at least figure out what is even going on here, because it's really confusing at some points in time. But from now on, I'm going to see how am I going to fix this problem from the ground up. So, if you want to see more go down on my channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.